Everybody is hyping up the iPhone 17 Pro right now. But what about the iPhone 13 Pro? This phone is literally 5 years old and you can grab one refurbished for under $400. And in that price range, should you buy one? And this will be the only video you need to watch before you buy one. So let's get into it. Design and display. So when this phone came out in 2021, this was the perfect iPhone. Premium build, amazing cameras, and super smooth display. And honestly, it kind of looks very similar to the previous year's iPhone 16 Pro with that triple camera system, the glossy rails, and the matte glass back. And this phone is more premium to hold in hands than most of the base model iPhones released after this phone. I like the iPhone 17 Pro's design much more than this design, but it has a few problems. The iPhone 17 Pro is made up of unibody aluminum, and that aluminum dents a lot, it scratches a lot, and some patches of the iPhone actually changed color from that traffic cone orange to even pink. But the big catch here is the Lightning port. We live in a world where every device that we use is Type-C, whereas this phone is Lightning. So you might have to carry around an extra cable, which might be annoying. Coming to the display, the first thing that you will notice is the notch. Yes, this phone does not have a dynamic island, it still has a notch and fairly thick bezels. Under $400, most of the budget phones still has thicker bezels, so who cares? But this screen completely outperforms the base model iPhones released after this phone. Yes, 120Hz. Apple started adding 120Hz displays to iPhones from the iPhone 17 series, whereas the Pro model iPhones had it from the iPhone 13 series. This is a 6.7-inch 120Hz OLED display that still looks really good even in today's standards and has 1500 nits of peak brightness. The latest iPhone 17 Pro Max has 6.9-inch display and a 3000 nits of peak brightness. This display is as good as the latest iPhone, so you would never notice the difference. Now, the cameras. And now time for the major hot take. And I know people will hate me for saying this, but I do think the iPhone 13 Pro's camera was peak for iPhone photos. Everything after that went downhill. Yes, the latest iPhones are really good for videos, especially cinematic videos, but not for photos. The photos taken on the newest iPhones are too overprocessed, too over-sharpened, and has that artificial washed out look. And Apple introduced photographic styles with the latest iPhones, which is just a nightmare for normal people. So if you take a photo on the 15s, 16s, or the 17s, it looks good on camera, but once we click the photo and a half split second goes by, then the photo looks terrible. Even though the iPhone 13 Pro's 12 megapixel sensor is technically worse than the 48 megapixel, I do think it does not do that over sharpening and the photos look really natural. And plus the 3x telephoto lens is absolutely perfect for taking portrait shots of people. And my main complaints with this phone's camera is that the zoom is locked at 15x and the cinematic video recording is also locked at 1080p instead of 4K. The cameras are 12 megapixels and the front camera is also 12 megapixels. And the videos look amazing. And we all know that the Pro model iPhones of this year will be the base model iPhone of the next year. Kind of most of the things are just similar to that. So if you're getting the iPhone 14, you're basically losing on two main features, which is the telephoto camera and the 120Hz display. This phone comes with Apple's A15 Bionic chip and 6GB of RAM. And this chip is still a beast. Opening apps, scrolling social media, and just navigating through the phone still feels really fast. And I have to give you a massive warning here. Do not buy the 128GB version today because it fills up really fast according to today's standards. And when this phone starts running out of storage, it starts acting weird and there are lots of glitches and bugs and slowdowns. Check out the screen recording. I was actually trying to open the camera when my storage was actually full and this phone was just bugging out. By the way, it only happened once, and once I deleted some photos, it was completely normal. So get minimum 256 gigs of storage. iOS 26 and the green line issue. You might have seen that I've not updated from iOS 18 to iOS 26. Why? Mainly because of two reasons. One is the green line issue, and two is the bugs. Recently, a lot of iPhone 13 users have been getting green line on their screen after updating to iOS 26. Even my brother had an iPhone 13 and after updating to iOS 26, he had the same issue. And also this phone does not have enough storage to upgrade to iOS 26. That's also another factor. Apple claims that iOS 27 will be kind of designed for older iPhones like the iPhone 11 and will improve performance. So I do think I will only update this from 18 to 27. And since this is 5 years, most of the refurbished phones that you would buy will definitely have a weak battery. This one has a 75% battery health and it desperately needs replacement. This is the 13 Pro Max, so it would last like almost 1 day, maybe even less than that, with 75% of battery health. By the way, light usage. So if you're buying one, make sure the battery health is in a good condition, or get it so cheap that you can spend the extra money to replace the battery. If you have only $400 to spend, you still have the iPhone 14. If you get the base iPhone 14, you get a slightly faster chip, crash detection, action mode, 4K cinematic video, and you don't have to worry about the green line issue because this was most widely reported with the iPhone 13 series. But you definitely would be losing the telephoto camera, the 120Hz display, and the premium build. If you have a slightly higher budget, I would highly recommend getting a newer Pro model iPhone with a better battery health and USB Type-C. Have only strictly under $400 to spend. The iPhone 13 is a really good option and it still feels like a flagship in 2026. Now to you guys who have reached this part of the video, should I update this phone to iOS 26 or should I wait for iOS 27 and then update? Let me know in the comments, subscribe to this channel, and see you in the next one. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so please subscribe.